Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? Sunday morning, is it raining at your side? All right. Abang Rashid, how are you? Vivian, hello. Sis Shamima. April, thank you for being here, helping me out. It's, Sis Emilia is here. Okay. Morning, everyone. All right. Please excuse my messy stuff at the back. Okay, let's get started and not procrastinate anymore. Okay. How many of you guys have been struggling with taking action? If this is your challenge, or perhaps you feel that you need to delay, right, something else in terms of doing the work when it comes to something that's very difficult. If you are one who is not consistent in taking action, this is for you. This is something that we want to discuss today. Okay, so perhaps before we start, can we all put in the chat box? What are the things that you have been procrastinating all this time and you want to start? Okay, in the order of importance. Shall we do that now in the chat box? Those of you who are watching from Facebook and YouTube live streams, you can always put down in the comment section below. I am not monitoring those platforms at this time, but I will read them when I finish this live stream, okay, on Zoom. So, hi, morning. So let's put down and key in the things that you have been procrastinating and you want to get done as soon as possible, right? I'm guessing this is one reason that why you are here. You want to see what are the strategies that you can use to move forward. Yeah, Abang Nasib, do you have anything you want to share? What are the things you've been procrastinating all this while? I know that you are one that take action. You've been exercising. You've been doing the things that's needed. Let me just move this screen here so it seems, yeah, I'm looking at two screens. Okay, looks good. Yeah, good. Okay, Bro Rashid, are you okay to share with me? What are your thoughts? Okay, or what do you have? What kind of advice do you have for people who like to procrastinate? What is the number one thing that they should be doing? You can share with us, sir.
I think good morning to all. I think it's the best is try to what you can say demoral or do need to motivate yourself. Keep on your spirit. How to build up your spirit, not to be demoralized.
Demoralized. Okay. That's very good. That's very good advice. Yeah, to be motivated. The challenge is usually not many people are easily motivated, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So basically, cannot move from a stagnant position, cannot take action, and then the other one is when we take action, sometimes we get demoralized because we face some kind of a failure or we feel there is a failure. Yeah. So you actually brought up two big points up there. So this is something that we can chit chat and share in a bit. Yeah. Those who just came in, hello, good morning. Thank you, Abang Rashid. Okay. Again, if I am just talking as though that I'm reading off my screen like that, right? Remind me because sometimes I forget to share with you my screen. Yeah. Those of you on video, thank you so much for keeping me company. At least I know that I'm talking to you guys. instead of just the screen, hi, or the camera. Okay, how to beat procrastination. Just like yesterday, we are going to discuss and share the things that are commonsensical. It is common sense, because if it's too technical, then it's too difficult for us to take action on. But that being said, anything that's common sense may feel that it's a waste of time, but I would like you to take a step back and take this as a reminder for you to take action. Okay, instead of like, I know this, I know this. If you know, you wouldn't be here, right? I know you know, right? Allow me to just share with you a bit more and just give you a gentle reminder and perhaps a bit of a nudging you forward. Okay. For those of you who have been taking action, congratulations. You are here just to get better. I know every single time I see people who attend workshops who have been doing the work. When they attend, they already know all these things. Yeah, it is how to move on to the next level. Okay. All right. Those of you who just joined us, wherever you're at, whatever level you're at, key in the chat box. And tell us what are the things you have been procrastinating that you want to take action on. Is there anything? Exercise is one. I think not a problem for every one of us here. I'm looking at your names. All are okay. All right. I know everyone. I know everyone because I've seen you here before. I'm not very sure about Vivian. Hi, Vivian. Hi, Aisha. Thank you. We have not met in person yet, but I'm guessing you have been taking action all this while. Yeah. Yeah. And Aisha also, I've not talked to you before. Do you have anything that you want to take action on starting today? That you wish you have the ability to do something about, and it is taking action today. Okay, whenever we talk about wanting to do something, it's all about making sure that it's done as soon as possible. It can be a small thing such as making a plan. That is taking action by doing a plan first. Okay, feel free. Aisha, I just read it. To stop eating snacks, to start to write a book on Islamic education, and to start walking 10 km steps back. Wow, this is amazing. Is this Ustazah Aisha? Yeah, if you are writing on Islamic education, I think you are an Ustazah, yeah? A religious teacher. All right, to start walking 10 kilometers back. Vivian, hi. Cutting down on the food portion as mentioned in previous class. Yeah, you can start doing it today, okay? And it doesn't have to be half a portion that you cut off. It can even be as little as 5%. Shall we do that today? You okay to put something down on there to have some form of accountability with us? Shamima, we're going to do 30 squats in a day for the next 30 days. That will be wonderful. And your 30 squats in a day can be compartmentalized into different number of squats. So you don't have to do 30 at one go because it might be difficult. So you may want to do 10 first, and then later on after a few hours another 10, and then another 10. Okay, so the solutions I already straight away share with you from the get-go, because I also don't want to procrastinate, because as you know, if I follow my presentation, my sharing, it will go through with the flow. Let's not procrastinate to that part there. All right. Okay, so for those of you who have shared with me, thank you so much that you are telling me that you want to start taking action. So all these big things that you want to do to stop eating snacks is a big thing, right? To write a book is a big thing. To walk 10 kilometers is huge. To start doing planking for someone who have not done any planks, it's difficult. So my request to you today, okay, is to put in 5 minutes, only 5 minutes into the things that you are doing. So hold on, that doesn't mean I'm asking you to do 5 minutes plank. Okay, so put in 5 minutes window to just think and start doing the plank. It can start with 5 seconds. You can start with doing it with 5 seconds. Okay, those who want to write a book, Aisha, you want to write a book? So sis, you can start doing that by firstly putting down the title name. I guess you've already done that. Yeah, and then put on the next step. Always go with baby steps. Yeah, start small. Every time you fall, you start small. Every time you start small. And then if the pace gets bigger, your strides will get wider and wider as you get into the inertia of things. Yeah. Okay. Next up, let's look at this screen here. Many people procrastinate for a few things. The number one thing is because they say they don't have time to exercise, to plan for their meals, right? To sit down and do some reading. They just keep on procrastinating because they keep on saying they have no time. If you say you have no time, I believe you. You will believe yourself, right? But if you say that I will make time, you will make time. Something that is doable. Okay, something that's doable. That's 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That will be super. Okay. The next thing, the next thing I always hear. This is online. I see on Facebook when they say that, oh, this is so good when they forward something, right? I'm gonna start doing my I'm gonna say cycle for 10 kilometers, right? And I'm gonna take action tomorrow. Take action today. If you want to start cycling, go out, just have a little bit of fun and start doing it in small bits and pieces. That's my suggestion. Okay. I'll start healthy habits next time. So healthy habits are one that is very difficult for us to start and even follow through. So make sure that if you want to have a healthy habit, make sure that you always start with small little steps. Like for instance, sleeping. For those of you who are sleeping 4 hours or even 5 hours a day, my suggestion is instead of thinking of 9 hours or 8 hours from your 4 hours, widen the sleep period to 4.5 or even 4 minutes 15 seconds. Always start small, and every week, at the end of every week, do an assessment how you can get better for the week after. Okay. And these things are called stacking. Yeah, when you stack on top of another, one habit, one behavior on top of one another in terms of number of weeks, you get stronger and stronger. Give you something about not procrastination per se, but in the theory of stacking is, I'll give you two. Okay, number one, in the pharmaceutical industry, when we eat medicine, or some form of a drug to make ourselves better, a legal drug that is prescribed, when we take 1, 2, and 3 separately, the total effects of all three of these types of medicine is going to be lesser when you take all three together. Yep, I think you know this. And this is why sometimes when you talk about supplements and medicine, when you combine all this, I want to say a little on a dangerous side, because when the synergy kicks in, that becomes a bit dangerous. And this is why many supplements are off the market, because it gets to a dangerous level, your heart rate goes up and all that. Yeah. So that is synergy. Another synergy that I want to talk about is the standing on the shoulders of giants in terms of the academic side. Yeah. So you've heard of this before, right? Standing on the shoulders of giants. So the things that you have read, I don't know what's your area and what's your field. Let's say your field is in finance. So your field is in finance. The things that you read, your textbook was written by an expert, and this expert learned it from an expert before him. So he may have written that textbook over a course of a few months, a few years, by reading textbooks of the current times. But those textbooks that's written by the authors back then, right, they have done their own research by reading other textbooks, or perhaps their own research with their own sample, let's say, experiments and all. And because of this, we are always, whenever we learn, we are up here, we are learning not only from one person, that means from the other people. Yeah. And in terms of teaching and also learning, let's say if you are a Zumba instructor, if you're a Zumba instructor, you are actually up there. You're up there, right? And then who you learn from was your Zumba master trainer, correct? Zumba master trainer. And the master trainer actually learned from, let's say, Bito, because Bito is a co-founder of Zumba, and he have learned it from many different teachers. So the thing is this: always start from the ground up, right? Keep things light, keep things small, and make sure that when you do this, let's say habits and routines, make sure they are doable. Okay, and that's how we can stack and we get a synergy of it all when we slowly, progressively increase our efforts by a minimal, not a super minimal, but a small amount. Okay. All right. For those of you who don't know me, I am Coach Sham. Hello, everyone. I've got a fair bit of experience, not that much, and I do have some certifications that I have gathered all these years, and I hope to use this knowledge or whatever that I've learned from all my teachers, my professors, to share with you guys. Yeah, and I try as much as possible. I try to stay away from the technical side, because if you want to find the technical things, it's very easy. A lot of coaches actually do that. But what I'm more interested in are the actionable knowledge. Yeah, actionable knowledge. Okay. So how do you beat procrastination? No matter what level you're at, there might be times that you may want to procrastinate one thing or another, and this is where you need to do a little bit of tweak in your plans so that things get moving. Okay. But let's. Okay. Can we, Amelia? Hello. Amelia, can I bring you on, and maybe you can give some form of sharing? What are the things that newbie to exercise can do to start exercising? Okay, because you are very consistent, right? You are very consistent in your runs and all that. So let's see. What have you to say for someone who just want to start exercising but always say, "Oh, I got no time. I got no time." Come, sis. Thank you.
Okay. Firstly, is that if you need some push, it's good to have a buddy, and put yourself also accountable for your action. Start small, 5 minutes of exercise. Okay, let's say fat loss. You can do a simple HEAT program for 5 minutes and then increase it to 10. Running is the same thing. You can start with a 10 to 15 minutes run and then increase it to half an hour. It's also good to have a buddy with you as a pushing factor. Or even in some cases, just to, not to say overwhelm yourself, but it's also good to register for some race competition, let's say 5 kilometers, and then you clock in your mileage, break it down on a weekly basis to make sure that you accumulate the 5 kilometers in a week. So if you are going to run, let's say, twice in a week, you break it down to 2.5 to 2.5. And you work with your body to achieve your goals. Yeah. So it's
thank you.
to break it down, the goals.
Thank you. Yeah, nice. So what is your consistent distance that you are running right now? Like you mind sharing with us?
10.
10. Nice.
10 for 10 in twice a week of running, because I'm doing half marathon for the half Ironman.
Wow, nice.
I have to clock in 24, at least 24 kilometers minimum.
Okay. Well, good to hear that you are being very consistent. Anyway, nice to see you. I've never met you before, right? Only on now. So hello. Yeah. So like many people who are hearing right now, hearing our conversation, they might say and think that, how does do I pronounce your name as Amelia? Amelia. Okay. How does Amelia does it? How does she do 10 kilometers 3 times a week? It's so I cannot brain it, right? I cannot even imagine thinking. I cannot even start wearing my shoes to do the 10 kilometers. So for those of you who are looking from the outside of what Amelia is doing, it is going to be very difficult for you. And the first thing that she said just now is what? Start small. That's it, right? You said 15 minutes, right, sis? Yeah. Even 5 minutes also can. Yeah, which is something a lot of people don't really know, because they feel whenever they are putting in effort, they must go chiong, go, right? Because that's what we have been taught. If you want to do something, do our best. And in our minds, our best is 10 kilometers. We have to agree 10 kilometers can be our best, but it's not cannot be consistent if you are new, right? Yeah. So we need to also look at our ability, right? Yeah. See where our ability is, do our best within our ability. Do not look at Amelia all the time. And look at what she's doing as a part of a long game, right? Like, okay, one day I want to be, when I grow up, I want to be like Amelia. Like that. Yeah. Then I can run 10 kilometers 3 times a week. That's, whoa, sorry about that. Yeah, that's really, really amazing. So thank you for inspiring us. And I myself hope that I can do that one day. Okay, sis, thank you. All right, let's move on to the next part. So yeah, even with this, right? Even though if let's say you don't have time to listen up to the next few slides, the takeaway is this: you always start small and just get started. And all the best for your Ironman, Amelia. Yeah. All right. Okay, we've gone through this every single presentation. So if you have a stumbling block that stops you from moving forward, I would like to remind you that you need to find a solution to these problems. Because if you don't find solutions to these problems, you will not be able to take action. Yep, reminder again, common sense, but we need reminders. Learning is 70% output. So if and when you have digested all this, that's only 30%. Make sure that you share it with other people so that they know as you sharing with others, and you also I want to say co-teach or coach yourself into knowing how to beat procrastination. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, exercise is 4% of your time if it's 1 hour. If you want to have a holistic benefit to your body, you need to also work on the other 96%, which is about 20, which is the 23 hours of your time. Find the knowledge, skills, and abilities for you to do every single day that will make you better. Okay, let me forward here. So first of all, I'm gonna skip number 1 and I'm just gonna put number 2 first, because if we do not have a goal, it is usually very, very difficult to move forward. So for some of you who wants to lose weight, usually the goal is to lose the kgs, right? Lose the kgs. And when we have that number of kilograms to lose, usually we have a direction where we want to move. But bear in mind that the knowledge that you have right now may not, I don't mean to be disrespectful, but what I'm saying is the knowledge that you have right now may not be efficient in moving you forward towards your goals. It is very important for you to seek knowledge first, a lot more. Ask people, get coaches' opinions to help you out, to find out your challenges, your abilities, and even your environment for you to move forward. Because if you always think about exercise more and eating less, just focusing on these two to move forward towards your X number of kg to lose, it is going to be very difficult, because like I said, it is very old school way to lose weight. Just to exercise more, right? You need to know all the other things too. So set a goal, make sure they are SMART goals. We talked about this in the first few seminars, so I will not share too much in this, but remember your product goals need to always be SMART. So that's the start. And this is something that you may want to do. Your goals, you need to see it every day. So perhaps have a poster, have things in your phone. Have a widget in your phone that shows how many kgs that you are supposed to lose. So in your mind, you know that this needs to be done and you need to inch towards it. Okay, I'm going to repeat that again. Have a goal and inch towards it. Don't sprint. For some of us who have gained 15 kilograms, you would have gained these 15 kilograms over a course of many years, correct? Yeah, for many years. And because of that, we don't expect to lose 15 kilograms in a course of 3 months. Because if you do, which you can, if you lose fast, that means your habits have not solidified. And when you stop doing all the things that have made you lose weight, you will gain weight again. So this is something that we don't want. We want to make sure that the weight stays off forever, the unhealthy weight. Okay. So yeah, so make sure that you have your SMART goals on and make sure that you can see every single day. If you want to make this stronger, you in terms of reaching your goal, you may want to also tell others about your goals, and then they will also have the chance to be in this journey with you. Because if you don't tell them that you want to try and lose weight, or let's say you want to stop eating all the unhealthy food, when you meet them, they will share with you all the unhealthy stuff. Okay, which by the way, it is okay. Yeah, I'm going to sidetrack a bit. It is okay to eat unhealthy, but it cannot be done all the time if you want to lose weight, lose fat, right? You must also have your process goals in place, meaning the things that you plan to do to reach your ultimate goal. Like what Amelia said just now, if you want to do 10 kilometers or 5, right? Since you said 5 kilometers up here, you need to know what are the things to do in the week to reach up there. These process goals, the work that needs to be done is extremely important. And if you don't have those goals, it is going to be very difficult. Okay, so let's use swimming. Let's use swimming as an example. Let's say that you want to do a full lap of let's say breaststroke, right? Freestyle, sorry, freestyle. And now you can't even swim. So in order to be able to even do 10 meters, you will need to learn how to swim first. And once you learn how to swim, then perhaps you can aim for 10 meters and then 10 meters and 10 meters. As your technique gets better, as your endurance gets better, your lung capacity gets better, you may want to push to 15. You may want to push to 20. See, those who win are those who are patient. If you are patient, you trust the process, not be greedy into getting the goal, like as soon as possible, you will solidify your habits, your routines, your systems, and you will move forward strongly. Yeah, strongly. You won't be able to just sprint all the way 50 meters in terms of your freestyle and that's it. Yeah, you'll be able to do more than 50 meters when you finally reach there. Yeah, I hope I'm making sense to you guys. You need to be strong in your technique. You need to be strong in your ability in order to stay and sustain that level. Because just because you finish your 50 meters, is that it? Is that that's it? You're never going to swim again? So let me just put it from another angle. If you have lost 20 kilograms, does it mean that you want to just let it come back again, not having the ability to maintain it? So you need to make sure that your systems are right. Okay. Next, let's here. So the plans, put your actions into a schedule. So this is part of the process goals. Put your actions into a schedule. And for me, I like all of my clients to have this schedule as a macro view. Okay, so there's this system that I share in my coaching program. Is called the Big Picture Planner, which I'm sharing with you guys now also. Yeah, so the Big Picture Planner is this, right? Have a huge calendar that you can see throughout the whole year. Yeah, because out of sight, out of mind. If you have a Google Calendar on your phone, which is great, yeah, I have that too. But I also have a macro bird's eye view of what is going to happen or the things that I want to do in the future. Yeah, in the future, as in like next few months, next few weeks, next few months, I can see what's coming for in front, and I can also see the things at the back. So I can see that this is July. I can see the months that I did in March, all with one glance, just moving my head left and right, because it's a big calendar. So this is something that you may want to consider. You can make your calendar yourself, or you can just purchase it. I think online also they sell it. Yeah. Okay, my little one is crying. Are you guys okay? Is it too noisy for you? Can hear me? Okay, sorry. Distracting, like, when kids cry, my heart goes. All right, so have a big picture planner. I call it that, so that you can see forward and also in retrospect. Because if you don't see things in retrospect, it's hard for you to tweak the things that you're doing to move forward. Okay, have it in a schedule. There's one thing that I want to share with you guys, and which is the calendar app in Google. There is this feature called I don't see it now. Yeah, so when I click the stop share. When I click the plus button, you see that? When I click the plus button, maybe you cannot see here, it says here goal, reminder, and event. Usually what we do is we go for event, right? Okay, I have a phone call with Ustaz Al-Junaid at 5 o'clock. So I put there 5 o'clock, right? I have a run with Farah later, right? And then I have to do squats tonight with Ustaz Mustaqim tomorrow morning. So all under event. Right, but what we want here is, you may want to go to Google Calendar and go to goal, and from there you can choose your goal. You can choose your goal, because many of us say we don't have time, and this is a quick solution for you. Google will find time for you. They will find time for you, right? You can choose exercise, build a skill. If you want to spend more time with family and friends, if you want to have more me time, or organize my life. So I'm going to choose exercise. And which exercise? Let me say, I'm going to say do yoga, all right? And it will ask you how often. Sorry if you cannot see, my tech is lousy, so I cannot show on the screen. Yeah, how often? Say I'm going to do 3 times a week. And for how long? I'm going to start with 15 minutes, because I said baby steps. Okay, and then they will ask me which is the best time that I can do this exercise. So I want to do this exercise. Thank you so much. Go to morning, and they will Google will say, okay, do yoga. Calendar will schedule 3 times a week, 30 minutes every morning under this account here. Right? And once that's done, I can just click that, finding time for your goal. It says that. Okay, and what happens is every morning it will prompt me for a time to do yoga for 15 minutes. Wonderful. Even though if let's say I have a breakfast date with Amelia, right? I've said next week, it will find, let's say we have our breakfast date at 6:30 in the morning, after subuh 6:30. It will find time at 6 o'clock to tell me to, okay, this time to do yoga. So make sure you try this feature out. I really like it, and you don't have to constantly think, when do you need to do this, when you need to do that. Yeah. So instead of you putting the actions yourself, let's use technology to help us in scheduling. Okay, let me where is my share screen? Okay, can you see the screen? Okay, now once you have your schedule in place, again, by the way, I don't work for Google, but I find that some of the apps are extremely good. After you do your yoga, like for me, after I do my yoga every morning, they will even ask, sometimes they will ask, is it possible, or have you done it? So there is an accountability thing going on with the app. So you may want to try that out. For those of you who want to do your walk after your dinner, usually we forget, right? Usually we forget. What you want to do is put a time to exercise, put under walk in the evening. And it will, in the evening, sometimes not only that, the notification will tell me that, hey, there will be a walk coming up at 9 o'clock, right? it will also ask whether it's done or not. So the accountability part is actually very, very good. It's all part of the calendar app. Yeah. Okay. So following through is also important, of course. This is why we talk about how to beat procrastination. Many of us cannot follow through for whatever reasons. The reason usually is because we don't have a plan, don't have a goal, we don't have our process goals, and then we don't have a plan on when we are supposed to do A, B, and C. So once we have a plan, we put everything down in terms of the time slots, and then we follow through. Okay, but if your plan in your time slots, your duration is too long, it's not doable, it's not possible to follow through. So once you follow through, what do? Check it off, tap yourself on the back, reward yourself. Always have an action of that action. Okay, always have an action of that action, because if you don't do that, then the body will just think it is just part of the process, and you are not, we talked about this yesterday, you're not being grateful that it has been done. So make sure that you have this gratitude attitude in you to pat yourself on the back and say that this was a job well done, and let's see what we can do tomorrow. And you don't need to do extremely difficult things. Okay. Right. Okay. Just give me 2 minutes, please. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Okay. So let's go on to the third one. Just a few minutes more to go. Let's talk about habits. Okay. Let's talk about habits. Start building habits on your own terms so that you know how to compromise and yet still manage to stay back on track, your plans and your goals. Many of us, when we look at someone who is successful, we want to follow what they do. It is good. Just stop share first. Okay, it is good. It is good to follow what those who are successful are doing. However, you need to know where are your skills at, where are your abilities at. When you follow at their level, their intensity, their level of mindset, and you are not ready, okay, but you are not ready, it will not last long. So you need to build from the ground up, reaching to that level. Yeah, I would like you to consider this very strongly. There is, I want to say, is no point in being an act like behaving like those who are successful, which you should, but you need to see your ability and try and model the behaviors of those who are successful such that it is reachable. Yeah, it is reachable. Because whenever I hear someone who wants to try and get healthier by losing weight, I always hear them say that, how does she do it? Not eating. How come got energy? Because what they have been doing all this while, you don't see it, right? So you need to see where you're at so that you can build up to that level. Okay. At first, it will not make sense at all, right? Because it's not doable. How do I run 10 kilometers 3 times a week? How do I do that? It's hard to understand. Yeah, it is. I've got friends who cycle 40 kilometers a day. How? I can't even pull my bike out of the balcony. So you always look at where you're at. Focus on getting 1% better daily. Okay? And then make sure that you reward yourself. Okay. Deprive, this part here is about food. So of course, as you know, right, nutrition and everything that goes into your body is will affect how you feel, how energized you are, and of course your weight, your fat percentage. Now, if you are someone who loves, okay, who loves to eat chocolates, anyone loves to eat chocolates? And if yes, yeah, everyone loves to eat chocolates, right? So instead of saying like, okay, right now perhaps you are eating 1 bar of Snickers, is it? Snickers, let's say, every day. I want you to consider that as not 1 bar a day. I want you to consider that as 30 in a month. Okay? And then have a plan. Have a plan to reduce your 30 in a month to perhaps 25 in a month for July. Next month, which is August, 20. And then the next month will be 15, like that. That way, you will enjoy your process. You will not find it super difficult to tahan so much. I mean, from 30 to 25, that means every week I eat 1 less. That's it, right? But because your body reaches and acclimatizes to the new normal, then it becomes easier and easier for you to even sustain it over the long term. But if you feel from 30 Snicker bars in a month to 0, you will be able to diet. You will. But you will always constantly be fighting with yourself because your body is not used to it. You can tahan only for a short while, but not for the long game. Okay? So please do not deprive yourself of your favorite food. And this is the reason why sometimes for you guys who are friends with me on Facebook, thank you for following and being a friend of mine. And you see me eating my ice cream and I post things that's unhealthy out there. That doesn't mean that I eat unhealthy food all the time. It doesn't mean that. It's just that whenever I eat, I like to share the things that's yummy. Ice cream and I don't know, like even like nasi biryani. I love to share it on social, right? I don't like to share the so-called healthy food that I eat. Like I don't want to be sharing all my boring salads, okay? Because then I'll be the typical fitness coach who like, hey, I'm eating salad and grass every single day. This is why my body is like this. No, why we want is to have things that make us happy at the same time, not binge. Not binge. Okay? So do not deprive yourself of anything that is nice. Just delay. Deprive and delay are two different things. Okay? Focus on getting 1% better daily. I already told you guys just now about this. This 1% daily is a figure of speech. It's about getting better by teeny tiny bits. Teeny tiny bits. Anyone here is a finance expert that can do a compound interest 1% better a day over a period of 3 months? How many percent change do we get in 3 months? Compound. I'm guessing it's about 100 and I don't know actually. 100. Like you can turn over a new leaf like totally at the end of 100 days if you do 1% better. Yeah. Okay. The thing about taking action and not procrastinate is this: don't make it complicated. Don't make it complicated. And this is why there are 1,000 things that I can share with you guys, right? How to beat procrastination. 1,000 things. I don't want to share so many. Not that I don't want to share so many, sorry. I don't want to be overloading you with too much information such that you don't know which one to pick and choose. So now I have got 3 things in front of me for you, right? I would like you to choose the first one. In the center, set a goal. Set a goal. Today, set a goal, right? Tomorrow, do a plan. A whole plan, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, all the way until the end of the year, right? And then the third day, you can start doing. So this is what I mean, take action today. Okay? Take action today. And it can be many things. Perhaps one of the things is social. How many of you are spending at least 2 hours on Facebook or Instagram? You may want to cut back. You want to get back your time, right? So instead of having 2 hours, make sure you set, I don't know about iPhone. I think iPhone has this. You can set a limit, right? Yeah, it's some wellness thing. Yeah, I think even for Android. So you may want to just cut back slowly, bit by bit. And by the time, you know it, in August, or wrong, in October, you would perhaps have only 25% of your time spending on your Facebook instead of the whole 100%. Yeah, and then you suddenly feel that, hey, I've got 1.5 hours more today. Yeah? So set a goal, make it a long game, do a plan, and then start building your habits, stack them up one after another. Without you stacking the habits, there's a high chance that you will fall. I cannot predict the future. You might be someone who's extremely strong, yeah, and it can happen, like someone who knows how to swim, but have not swim for 2 months or 3 months, or maybe let me just repeat that. Someone who knows how to swim but have not swam for 5 years, okay, and suddenly want to do 50 meters swim. Level of fitness is down and all. You may be able to do that, yeah, if you have the resilience to push through. But for most of us, the majority of us, it is good to start slow because, of course, it's also safer. Yeah. Okay. Oops. All right. So we're done with today's topic. Gentle reminder that exercise is only 4% of your time. If you want a holistic approach to wellness, make sure that you have your knowledge, skills, and abilities to manage everything else in your life. In terms of eating well, having the right mindset, and of course, exercising correctly so that you will burn metabolism. No, so that your metabolism will increase, so that you will burn fat when you are resting. Okay. And let me just backtrack here. For those of you who want to learn more about how you can get these KSAs, feel free to send me an email. I apologize, you have not replied you guys yet. Send me an email regarding the Body Thrive Fat Loss program, and I will share with you more in a bit. For those of you who want to lose weight, starting today, my strong recommendation is do the assessment, gurufitness.com/assessment. No matter how many kilos you want to lose, right? And let me know in the form, because that is a good start to moving forward, right? I want you to consider how many years have you tried to lose weight. So for some of us, I'm looking at the names here. You girls and guys have already taken the move, okay, the plunge into the journey. But those of you who have not, this is the time to do it. And we start very small. We stack the habits, we stack the routines so that it becomes a super solid system for you, so that you can lose the fat and maintain the fat loss forever. That is the goal. Okay. That being said, let me just disturb Ustaz Aljunid again. Is it okay, sir? I want to disturb Farah, but her video is off. So can you just share with us when I talk about habits and systems and routines, right? You've been with me as my client for over 11 months per se in the
this
VIP.
month.
Oh, 1 year.
1 year, yeah.
Oh man,
August,
time flies. Time flies, bro. So you were mentioning the first time we did the workshop, you lost how many kilograms within this period of time?
If I'm not wrong, 17, I think. Yeah.
7. Okay. I seldom ask you, right, how many kilos you've lost.
That's why I don't remember also.
I don't. Yeah, but in public forums, in lectures and all, I always like to ask, because this is the language that we all use. Yeah, this is the language that we all use. But the work inside it is the actual meat of the reason why you lose is 17 kilograms. Yeah. Let me ask you something. How are the habits that you have been building, right? How are they, if let's say you are to continue this journey on your own for the next 1 year, 2 years, and 3 years?
I guess
because you have been doing the habits, right? It's not a diet. Your 17 kilograms loss is not a diet. Yeah. Maybe I give you 2 minutes to share with us. So.
Okay. I might simply disappear from the face of the earth. Terlalu kurut maybe. No, I'm joking. It will as we mature, the habits will come in very handy. As it will be auto mode. It's like a motor skill. So for example, to be able not to binge, I have understood that I need deep sleep. And another stack habit would be to eat my proteins enough and to also drink plenty of water. So these are the things that we don't actually do as a system, because we don't have the knowledge. You know, like someone will say, "Hey babe, drink water lah." Oh, okay, drink water. You know, and then what are you doing? You're still so fat. Even you power lift also, you're still so boncet. You know, so there is no system, there is no knowledge, there is no sheikh, you know, there is no guru. So when there are no systems in place, when there is no guru, then it will not be lasting, and there will be no habits to even stack in the first place. What habits are you talking about? You try drinking water, you give up. You know, you try to deep sleep, nothing or no different. You go powerlifting, your body pain every day. So yeah. So the micro habits have to be built with knowledge, experience, with a guru, with action. Like Coach always say, do the work, make time. So initially also under Coach Sham last year, I had difficulties making time. So like, what, making time like what? You know, we are so busy and all that. So, but you got to put in the time. You got to have that weekly plan, submit. And it's not perfect because at every time, every week, every 2 weeks, coach will say, you know, tweak this, do this, do that. So yeah, bottom line, micro habits and micro and routines can only be stacked when you have knowledge, skills, and abilities. Yeah.
Thank you, Ustaz. Yeah, it's important that we do all these micro habits that you mentioned, and not only look at the number of kilograms. Yeah, because even if we look at the kilograms lost, 17 kg, in when you talk about relative to the inches that you lost in your waist, that is a lot more, because when you talk about weight loss, you're talking about muscle loss also, which we don't want. When we lose muscle, well, metabolism goes down. So the science behind it, it looks very common. It's actually very commonsensical, like what you said, Ustaz, right? Drink water, have sleep, right? And what's the other one that you mentioned? Eat protein. Okay, all very
or
commonsensical.
exercise.
Exercise, right? But the thing is, you have been exercising, so you are trying to find another solution. We talked about the stumbling blocks earlier on, right? So let me, I'll not share my screen, waste time. So we talk about the stumbling blocks at the beginning of the workshop. If you have a stumbling block, you've been doing old thing over and over again, you're not moving the right direction, you got to change something else. Yeah. And usually, like what you said, we need to have someone else in the journey. And Amila also said you need to have a buddy in the journey. And the buddy can be it can be a friend, can be someone that you love, it can be a neighbor, can be a coach, can also be a team of people. And like for us, right, we are quite blessed. We are very blessed that we have a team that all in the same journey, and whenever we fall in the VIP Fat Loss program, whenever we fall, we have others to help lift each other up. Yep. So far right now in our list, there's about 52, is it? I can't remember. So, yeah. Okay, so thank you, Ustaz, for your sharing. Let me just wrap up the video. Thank you so much for doing the work, sir. Well done. And always tweaking and making yourself better every single day. Okay. All right. So next workshop is actually very funny. Let me just, since there are a few of us here, about 10 of us, this morning I had personal training sessions. I just tell you a story. And then the last 2 days, my sleep was bad lah. So when Ustaz Aljunied says that he has deep sleep, I feel a little terasa. You know, I felt like, I should have gotten deep sleep. Firstly, I blame the election. Not blame that it's bad. I was waiting for the results. I didn't get good sleep. All right. The next thing, yesterday, I started playing game. I'm like, me and my 13-year-old son, like, hey, let's start playing. And then we stayed a bit late lah. Again, I don't know. As a father, I asked him to sleep. So I wasn't being very good last 2 days because my sleep also went haywire. So this morning I was so tired. I had my PT. Of course, I was energetic, my coffee, and everything else. And I told myself, hey, maybe I should delay today's workshop to Wednesday. And then I'm like, hey, hold on. The title is How to Beat Procrastination. Hey, come on. The truth is this, right? The truth is this. We can have all the knowledge that we have, but we don't act upon it. So I tell myself, like, well, come on, man. This is the time. Skill up and let's do it. And I hope that I've when I share with you, it doesn't seem like I'm dragging. Yep. So I followed through. I had the goal earlier on. I just make sure that I have my 5 whys. Again, this I didn't talk about it today because I keep on saying it over and over again. I needed to bring up my motivation, even though I was tired, right? I needed to bring up motivation. So what I did was I sit down, think about it. Number one, I ask myself, why do I need to do this? Why do I need to do this? It is, yes, it is for me. I love to share. It is for me, but it is more for you guys. There is more for you guys. So thank you so much for being here with me. Like I said, I know that each and every one of you, all of you are intelligent. All these are common sense. So thank you so much for letting me remind you that these are the things that you need to do, okay, in order to beat procrastination. What you can do in terms of follow through, other than taking action today, is to please share the things that I'm teaching to others, and this would be great as a paid forward. Yeah, and that would be great because you may know all these things. Okay, you may know all these things, yeah, but other people don't know because they are stuck in their worldview. They are stuck, right? I am lazy. I don't have time. I don't have motivation. I don't have a plan. I don't know what goals to set. So many. But today, right, for those of you who say that this is just another workshop, I know everything, you should be grateful that you know all these things and you need to just put in the action and the work. Okay. Perhaps one thing that a lot of people, I feel that a lot of people will benefit most if they know how to set a goal and set a plan is the building the habits part. And today we have practitioners who have shared, right? Emilia have shared, and Ustaz Aljunied have shared, Abang Rasid also have shared, right? What they have been doing, what other things can be done to build habits. So please take action, okay? So next workshop is on Wednesday. If you have time, feel free to join me. How to lose weight and keep the weight off forever. The things that I've been sharing all this while, I'll be repeating some of them. I'll inject some new things again as something to solidify into your system of keeping a healthy weight. Yeah. That being said, when you talk about lose weight, we are talking about losing fat and not lose muscle. That's something that you don't want to do. You want to build up your muscles. Emilia runs, but she goes to the gym to lift. Yes, there you go. Okay. Ustaz Aljunied does his HIIT/RBT exercises. He does his hypertrophy, right? And even the others who are here, like Farah, Katnor, the people that I know right now, even Abang Rasid, you go gym not, bang? Do you go to the gym and lift? Not yet.
Lately
Siap,
not
tekan really.
COVID, because of COVID.
Oh, okay.
So I did for my some workout like dumbbell about 3 sets per day lah.
Okay. 3 sets of different exercises lah.
Yes.
Well done, bang. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, you need to know that it's not about losing weight, it is about losing fat. Okay? So yeah, I'll see you at 8 o'clock on Wednesday if you have time. If not, just watch out for the sharing by I'll upload the video hopefully in YouTube. Okay. Thank you everyone for being here, and thank you Sports Singapore Active SG for sponsoring this workshop. I wish everyone a good half Sunday ahead, and make sure that you mask up wherever you go outdoors. All right. Thank you. Oh, you give me a clap, sir. I also give you a clap, All right, guys, everyone. Thank you, April. Thank you so much for helping me out with the admin.